coming for you. Sydney's.
Brides of Satan.
Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 80, Lamar. The Brides of Satan.
Yes. This comes from the director, Joe Bizarro. Let's talk about just a couple people in it. Mindy Robinson, Joanna Angel, and we also have James Balsamo.
Yeah, which we saw his movie, It Wants Blood, just a few weeks ago. Interesting. I don't know. Do you want to run down the plot or just get the basic plot points, I guess, with this?
The basic plot point is this. There's a newlywed couple, Joe, and as newlywed couples, they're happy. They're like, oh, man, we're going to get married. And the wife has the idea before they get married to take the husband to a strip club. Which is, that's a good idea for a wife. I wouldn't complain. But this strip club is kind of seedy and everything like that. And then it gets robbed by a gang. Is it a gang of female strippers, I guess?
I guess.
Yes. They're the Brides of Satan. They rob the place and then they kill the husband. And then that turns the wife into revenge mode to find the Brides of Satan.
Stylistically and plot-wise, it's almost like a mashup between like a Tarantino movie and a Rob Zombie movie.
Yes,
it's got a little bit of both in there. And he does the chapters like a Tarantino movie, so you kind of see the journey of the character.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and this is like a very white bread picket fence type of couple. So, for her, the turn to her being revenged and stuff like that. Pretty interesting. So
yeah.
Yes.
She goes and has to get trained to fight. And in this movie, it's this old guy that's like just not having it. Like he's so out of it.
Yes.
And then by the time he finished training her, and then he's just like, well, you just leave. Like I'm done with you or something. It's like.
Some people pass the torch. Some people just tell you to get the hell out.
Yeah,
okay, you're trained. Go get your revenge. Go. Yeah.
That shit cracked me up. There was a lot of stuff in this movie where it was weird, but it was like kind of funny at the same time.
Well, the women that were the Brides of Satan, because you have a variety of them, they had a lot of personality. They had the kind of like very rebellious attitude. For strippers, they rob basically a strip club, so they obviously don't give a shit. So they were very made up very well. One of the women had a mohawk with cheetah tattoos.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of personality that way. And then also, I guess we're talking about like aesthetics, the lighting. I like the lighting of the strip club because like half of it was like a magenta. Mm-hmm. Is that the other name for purple? I'm sorry. I don't know well. But magenta, and the other side was like blue. So it had very interesting lighting schemes in it as well.
It had a lot of those segues in between scenes where they would do these cool things with the graphics and stuff, which Rob Zombie does a lot of that. As I was watching it, like just the first few minutes, I was like, yeah, this is like a Rob Zombie movie, but more fun. I think...
You mean you missed all the dismemberment and the sadness and everything like that of a Rob Zombie movie? Is that what you're saying, Joe? This had a little bit more fun to it.
A little bit more fun.
It
actually took me by surprise, some of the plot points, because when it said the Brides of Satan coming into it, and I was thinking like, okay, there's going to be a lot more supernatural elements. They did have some of that towards the end.
Yes. But
they ended up just being a gang that was called the Bride of Satan. Mm-hmm. And so that threw me off for a bit. I was like, oh, okay, so this is different. It's more like a grindhouse revenge movie.
It's definitely a grindhouse revenge thing because one of the parts that I liked is when she gets like surrounded by the gang, like a male gang, and they have like different, like some of them have like different gauntlets on and everything like that. Basically, like, she fights them off, but they look like pretty much like extras from like a Mad Max movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that was interesting too.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yes.
Yeah, and then at the end they did come back with a little bit of supernatural stuff, but it was very fast, so it didn't last long. Now, I felt like just a little bit in the middle, like, because this is divided into chapters. Mm-hmm. So I think around chapter 3 it was where it did lag a little bit. Like it
just a little bit.
It was taking a little bit too long to get to where it was going.
It should have been that quick Rocky montage. I don't know if she could add like knives and stuff like that. It should have been that, but it was more drawn out. And so I agree, like that was the part where it was like it lulled a little bit, but then it got back to it when she goes into revenge mode and everything.
I think I would like to see more of the Brides of Satan, like where it really does focus in on them, because the focus of the story is on the girl looking to get revenge. I would like to see a full Brides of Satan, like their whole setup, you know?
I agree. You hear us, Joe Bizarro? We want to see more of the women just effing up people and stuff like that. And yeah, because I feel like they have very interesting characters. Every one of them have like their own little thing that they're like either weird or they have like an ability. So I would like that as well.
Maybe like a backstory movie, like how they all came together or something.
They're doing prequels all the fucking time, Joe, so they might as well do it with this. So yeah that would be cool.
Let's say they like all these, they were just like regular nice ladies, and then like somewhere along the way they meet up with Satan. That's how they like formed the Brides of Satan.
And who would play Satan?
Eric Roberts. From his house.
From his house, you maybe put him in a little bit of makeup, you put him in a little red hue, put a green screen behind with some flames.
Yep. Yeah, see? Well, we've written the next movie for him.
Because that would be a cool idea. Like they're just normal women, and then they just meet Satan, and then they just go crazy. There we go. Yes, that would be awesome. Yes. What would we call it? The origin? Well, it has to have a cool.
You call it Brides of Satan, the beginning, or something like that.
Of course. Yes. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We've written the other movie. Joe Bizarro.
Joe Bizarro.
Let us know. All right. So what are we rating it, I guess?
You know what? I would give it a 4. It was just that little lull in the middle. That's all. But yeah, I'd give it a 4. It's a nice, they did very well. They did something different. Yeah. And like you said, they did like different little effects and stuff like that kept it interesting. Little lull in the middle. So I give it a 4.
Okay. I'm close. I'm going to give it a solid 3.5.
3.5.
I did enjoy it, and I do recommend it. I just would say the lull in the middle, and I feel like in a way the overall premise was abandoned just a bit.
Okay.
I would like to see more Brides of Satan, more of what they do, more of them doing stuff, maybe more Satan. So,
you know what? Yeah.
So
add some Satan.
Yeah, but yeah, overall it was solid. I did enjoy it.
Yeah, cool.
It was a fun one. All right, well, does that wrap this up?
That wraps this up, Joe.
All right, Brides of Satan. Peace.
Deuces.